Sarah Lauren, good evening. It's good to hear from you tonight from Reagan National Airport. Tonight, police boats are in the water of the Potomac behind me. Every now and again, you'll see some blue lights pass by. Those are the police boats, and what they're doing is they're protecting the wreckage that is still in the icy water tonight. There's the fuselage. There's also that Black Hawk helicopter there. Now, they spent the day recovering bodies out of the Potomac River, while NTSB investigators were searching for clues as to how this mid-air collision happened. Tonight, NTSB investigators are analyzing data from the black box that was on American Eagle Flight 5342. It was recovered by dive teams late Thursday afternoon. It may hold clues as to why the aircraft flying from Wichita, Kansas to Reagan National Airport with 64 on board collided mid-air with an Army Black Hawk helicopter who was on a training mission. Officials say 3 soldiers were on board, and all 67 are presumed dead. We will look at the aircraft, we will look at the helicopter, we will look at the environment in which they were operating in. Video shows the Black Hawk slam into the jet around 8:45 Wednesday night as the plane was landing on runway 33 at Reagan National. Army officials say the experienced chopper pilot was on a nighttime qualification flight with an instructor and may have been using night vision goggles. Just one air traffic controller was in charge of both helicopters and planes last night, which routinely happens. Audio reveals the chopper pilot saw the aircraft approaching. While NTSB investigators comb over the wreckage, we're starting to learn more about the victims killed here. Among them, 12-year-old Brielle Byer and her mother, Justina Byer. They were flying back to Virginia. Andy Byer talked about the agony of waiting at the airport along with his 6-year-old son.
I missed them so much while they were gone, and so we were just talking about, getting together and what we were going to do, this weekend.
They were coming back from a figure skating camp in Wichita, Kansas. Tonight, the governor there calling for answers.
These families need answers to what happened here.
Now, Steve, Lauren, they paused the recovery efforts late this afternoon after recovering about 40 bodies from the waters behind me. They're expecting that to pick up again tomorrow. But to recover the remaining bodies, they're going to have to move the fuselage and that Black Hawk helicopter. So we'll have to see some heavy equipment coming in to do that kind of maneuver. Also, runway 33, that's the runway where the plane was coming in for a landing. That will remain closed while the rest of Reagan National is open. We're live tonight at Reagan National Airport. John Paul, ABC 11.
Yeah, man, she's still active.
Yeah, brake.
Yo, a brake in there.
Yeah, one brake crash. My goodness, bro. Oh my God. It's crazy.
What exploded? What exploded?
I don't know what the f*** is. Those 2 cars burned.
The urgent search underway after a deadly crash, plane crash in Alaska. The aircraft disappearing from radar, but now officials are releasing new details and images of the wreckage. ABC's Jacqueline Lee joins me now with the latest. And Jacqueline, officials believe that all 10 people on board this aircraft did not survive. What can you tell us about the investigation that NTSB officials are now carrying out?
Alex, I mean, they discovered the wreckage yesterday, and they are going to be poring over what survived of the plane. We do know that there were 2 Coast Guard swimmers that were lowered down onto the frozen water, and if that image is there, you'll see it's not snow that they're on. Like, it's not like land and snow. It is actually frozen water, and so, anyways, the authorities, they're going to be looking at the forensic data. They know that according to what they have found so far, there was some kind of event that shows there was a rapid loss in elevation and speed. They're also going to be looking at, was weather a factor? There's so many things that they're trying to figure out, but today they're also trying to bring the victims home. Inside the plane, they were able to see 3 bodies inside, and they actually believe 7 more are in there, but the state of the plane, they cannot confirm that for sure. But again, you know, their priority is, of course, trying to bring closure to the victims' families, and then, of course, figuring out why this happened. Alex.
Well, and Jacqueline, the other thing, we know this is a pretty small community there in Alaska. So, I mean, how is that community reacting?
They are in mourning. We saw during the press conferences, there were people on Facebook that were posting how devastated they are. You know, Nome is known as just a very tight-knit community. So we're seeing you know, communities gathering together, you know, having prayer vigils and whatnot, just to honor those that knew the people on the plane, and to honor those victims. You have to remember, when it's such a small town like that, in a small city, everyone knows everyone, and we're seeing this play out across the country with the various aircraft disasters that we've been seeing happen. It's just everyone is being impacted. Alex.
Yeah.
Tower, you're seeing this airplane just crash into 3. Oh my God. Oh my God.
It's a bird and it's a plane. A bird strike actually caused a fire on the wing of a FedEx cargo plane, forcing it to make an emergency landing at Newark Liberty International. That was on Saturday. Now, the plane landed successfully and crews were on the ground waiting to put out the fire. Thankfully, no one was hurt. Ooh.
this crash and the return home.
Regarding the crash, but this is what we know so far. The crash occurred just after 5 p.m. at Avalon Airport, a part of the show, the Airshow that is. There was only one person in the biplane, which is a 2-seater plane. From the vision, it seems as though the pilot was unable to pull up in time and crashed down into the floor. Now remember, there are thousands of people watching this airshow in horror. Emergency services were quick to respond to the incident, absolutely getting as fast as they can out there and airlifting him to the Alfred Hospital. Now there should be some exclusive vision that we've gathered from the show, from the incident, of him actually exiting the helicopter. You can see his hand is up, you can see he's conscious. That's a good sign. We actually have some harrowing audio from the crash. Have a listen.
Let's go. Now. On go. Let's go. Stay with me. 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 Stay set. Off. Knock it off. Knock it off. Knock it off. Aces. Knock it off. Knock it off. Knock it off. Knock it off, roger. Aces hold west. Sky Aces hold west. Sky Aces 1.
And at a higher altitude than the body of the chopper as it goes almost straight in, as one person described it. That again tends to confirm what I was saying earlier, which is that more than likely you had a loss of lift on the chopper, which meant that your rotor system was compromised in one form or another. There was nothing to hold the helicopter up. There are no fixed wings, and once that happens, you become a ballistic item headed for the water. That's consistent with what we just saw.
And you were explaining this to us earlier. Just for people who have not been in a helicopter, how does a helicopter work and how important are those blades? Is it even possible to land a helicopter if the blades are not a part of it anymore?
Well, in the short term, I should say the short answer to that is no, it's not possible. Your lift in a fixed-wing airplane are the wings, and they're not going anywhere. So you can turn off the engines and still glide and still fly the airplane as long as you stay above the surface. In a helicopter, your entire means of support is the rotor blades, the hub and the blades, whether they're 2, 3, or 4. As they rotate around, they are rotary wings, and they provide the lift as well as the control for the helicopter. But if you remove those by some sort of an accident, by some internal failure, by even a mid-air collision, you no longer have any means of supporting the helicopter in the air, and it's going to become ballistic and go straight in. And that appears to be a rough estimate of what happened.
And witnesses are in disbelief after seeing what state police are calling another deadly plane crash in a field on the border of Coles and Cumberland County in Illinois. As of now, there is no update on how many people have died, and the FAA says there was 4 people on board the aircraft. The incident occurred off of East Trilla Road near a church in Trilla.
There's just debris everywhere. You couldn't even tell it was a plane at all. It was absolutely devastating. It was, power lines were down. There was just like pieces all over the road, into the ditch, and then out, scattered into the field.
Officials say a National Transportation Safety Board investigator will be on the scene of the crash tomorrow. More information on the crash will be provided as it becomes available.
Tributes are pouring in for Rob Holland tonight. The loss of the well-respected aerobatic pilot has shaken many. Rob Holland was an airshow staple. And just days before he was set to thrill fans at a show this weekend, the stunt pilot died in a plane crash.
We lost a great friend to the Air Force and an airman and a legend of air power.
A post on the pilot's official Instagram page reads, Rob was one of the most respected and inspiring aerobatic pilots in aviation history. Videos posted on Holland's Facebook page show some of the stunt pilot's incredible feats. Officials say he died while attempting to land at Langley Air Force Base. Holland would have been one of several performers at the base this weekend for the Air Power over Hampton Roads Airshow Saturday and Sunday.
The aircraft was on final arrival. They just arrived today, so there was no act. It was just arriving at the airport.
E3 Aviation Association posting a touching tribute online in memory of Holland. The team writing on their website, "The world lost an extraordinary pilot, an incredible person, and a true hero who inspired countless lives," adding, "The heavens have gained a master of the air."